things, and we are ready to talk movies with Tanya. She's in the house. But first, are you an opera fan?
I appreciate it, but it's not something I've ever seen in person.
Is it sad that the first thing that came to my mind was Pretty Woman? I was trying to think of other great opera moments in film, and then it came to mind was The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Because the opera singer got him in trouble, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Sing. Where she did her, I guess it's not actual opera, but it kind of had that moment or sort of feel of it. So
yeah, I think there's certain songs when performed by an opera singer is just, makes you just get chills. It's so beautiful. But I don't know if I would want to sit there for 2 hours. I think it would maybe get old fast. I don't know.
You don't like it till you try it. Like
That's right.
Like
exactly.
some movies too. So what's up for this weekend?
Well, there's a new sort of horror genre movie out this weekend, mystery thriller, called The Invitation. And the premise of this one's pretty interesting to me. It's about a girl who she's kind of got no family, and she does a DNA test. She's just curious. And the next thing you know, she's got this guy that comes out of the woodwork that's her cousin. And
never a good thing.
Yeah. And so they meet, and she decides, he's like, we're all, our family's excited to know you exist. And we're actually having a family wedding coming up, and we want you to come so you can get to know everybody. Well, it's over in England, and it's like this huge Downton Abbey kind of mansion that this family lives in. That's like her people. And so, of course, initially she's like, oh my word, Princess Diaries moment here. And, of course, quickly she finds out that they're not, somebody that you want to hang out with. She's kind of becomes the target of ill intentions.
So it's a mystery suspense. And so now I'm thinking, is it really her family? How did they find out about her? Was she, singled out and said, this is why you would have to watch it, right?
Yeah, it's one of those that you definitely want to watch it. It's got some twists and turns, but it is
and it also
PG-13.
feels like it could happen with everyone who's doing the DNA test and the you and me and whatever tree things.
Yeah, I know of a lot of people who have found family that they didn't know, so it's interesting.
Very interesting. And is it just in theaters? Or
yeah, it's just in theaters. And then the other new movie this weekend is called 3,000 Years of Longing. And this one is directed by George Miller, who is a director that does his job very well. Like, he did all the Mad Max movies and, is very respected, has got Oscars and all that good stuff. But this is sort of a fantasy drama, definitely not for the kids. It's rated R. And it's about a woman played by Tilda Swinton who finds a djinn, which is kind of a mystical, sort of kind of like an angel, but not quite. And in what we're used to seeing, kind of like a genie, he like grants wishes. And so she is in another country at a conference kind of thing, and comes upon this kind of lamp-looking thing, and sure enough, here he comes, and he's going to grant her wishes, which we've all heard that story before, but this one goes way deeper into, what would you wish for? What is your ultimate fantasy? That kind of thing, if you had that opportunity. And so Idris Elba plays the djinn, so that's always a bonus. He was in Beast last weekend, so this is a good week for him. He's
been busy.
Got a lot of stuff out there. So anyway, if you like the fantasy genre, there is a little bit of nudity, not much, but just a smidge of cussing. This is one of those you have to kind of be in the mood for, because it's kind of far-fetched,
Right.
But anyway, so those are the two big releases that are only in theaters. But we've got two that are streaming.
Oh, fun.
And not in theaters. The first one is called Look Both Ways. And if you're a fan of the Archie TV series,
It was so good.
Yeah. What is the name of it? Something Wood?
Riverdale.
Riverdale. Thank you. I was thinking Riverwood. But Lily Reinhart, that is on that show, she stars in this movie, and it starts off, and it's on Netflix, and she's graduating college, and she's at a party, and she finds out she takes a pregnancy test, and the next thing you know,
interesting place to choose to do it.
No, the next thing you know, you watch her live two different lives if she was pregnant versus if she wasn't. So anyway, it's fun. It's
a fun movie,
kind of
yeah.
lighthearted, and just kind of, it's fun to see. We all think, what if? I mean, it's what if you had taken
I
this?
appreciated the ending because it wasn't what I expected.
Yeah, and I think she's such a good actress, so I really enjoyed seeing her in this. And then her co-star is Danny Ramirez, and I meant to look because he looks so familiar to me, but I couldn't place him. But he plays her boyfriend. So that's one to check out if you're just at home. Yeah, the baby daddy. And then one that just came out a couple of hours ago, so I haven't seen it. It's called Me Time. And
we all need it.
All of these streaming services, they're making these movies with big comedy actors. Like this one's Kevin Hart. Adam Sandler's doing them like crazy. But they make these, pretty good quality movies, and I think they're cranking them out fast. And these guys are cashing their checks, So, but to me, it's good, especially if you're just looking for something new to watch at home, without having to get ready and get a babysitter and all that.
I'm for it.
But Kevin stars as a guy. He's a stay-at-home dad, and he's like super committed to his family and does everything. And all of a sudden, he has an opportunity to have a little bit of time off. His wife takes the kids away. And he's at home, and he's going to have me time, and he really doesn't know what to do with himself because he's so used to taking care of everybody. And Mark Wahlberg is a friend of his who is celebrating a big birthday, and he calls him, just happens to be when he's got his me time, and invites him to come celebrate his birthday with him. And then, of course, chaos ensues.
It's like shenanigans.
Yeah. So anyway, a lot of kind of a big variety this weekend.
I think there's a lot of things to choose from. You wonder if with the Netflixes and all that having their moment or trouble or hurdles right now with streaming, if they'll keep being able to put out these kinds of, really, I think most of them, or not all of them are great, but some of them are really good straight to streaming.
I think so
kinda
too.
content.
I think for a TV, I consider those TV movies kind of. Mm-hmm. Their quality is way better than anything you're ever going to find normally, that you would watch an original movie at home. When we were growing up, there was like a Saturday night movie, and, kind of the equivalent of what you might find on Lifetime now. Not bashing Lifetime, but anyway, these are far superior to me.
Which is funny, like Lifetime's always, they're a little more, it never ends well.
Right.
Versus where you have the Hallmark, it's all like it's a cookie cutter, like sweet ending, just about I don't know if anybody's ever ended a Hallmark movie sad.
Right, exactly.
Right? But Lifetime, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Some Jerry Springer scenarios.
It's always heavy topics and lots of drama.
And I feel like maybe they just sort of found their niche. They sort of found their way. We were talking yesterday here that Ben and Aaron Napier and Laurel are going to be on an HGTV Christmas movie on Disney Plus. All the pieces coming together.
Yeah.
Sometime this coming up holiday season, so that'll be fun.
Yeah,
to look for.
I saw that. I'm really excited. I love them, and it's going to be fun. Another network is getting into the Christmas movie business.
Yeah, right here in Mississippi. And someone mentioned too they watched Prey after we recommended it last week. Not quite what I expected. It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
but they did enjoy it, so I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It's hard to, without giving it away, or if you go in with preconceived ideas of what it should be, it's probably not that.
Right. And now movies are so much smarter where you do have these twists and turns, and they are hard to talk about, outside of the bare minimum plot information and who's in it, sometimes it's hard to talk about them without giving away a lot.
If I want a good cry, Hallmark is the channel for me.
Yeah.
But it's a happy cry. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a Dateline cry. Like, it's it's like, oh, they're still loving the world, but it's not real. But yay for them.
Yeah.
All right, Tanya. Well, you gave us some good things. I may check out the Me Time. I think that may be my homework for the upcoming week. I'd already seen Look Both Ways. It's adorable. So
Yeah.
chick flick, highly recommend it. But we'll have you back next week. So
Alrighty.
all righty, y'all stick with us. We got more for you coming up.